Hello my gorgeous little pumpkins out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to do a good old tag video. I found a really cool one after watching Angelica Nikovic do this. It is called the Makeup First tag and the original creator was Glitter Fallout. So I wanted to do it myself. I thought the questions were so interesting and I love watching tag videos. It helps you really get to know the person you're watching more and I want you guys to get to know me more and I just love talking about makeup. So I just figured I'd do this tag. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty. And I like to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Hello my spooky little babes. We are in full fall going on to Halloween over here in this house and I have a very dramatic Queen of the Night kind of look on. I did film this in case you're curious. That video will most likely be posted before this because this is a pre-filmed video, so I'm not actually sure when this video is going to go up, but this is with the Halloween palette from Shroud Cosmetics, the collab with Baddie Bean. I'll link that video below. I'll put it in the corner. And in case you're curious on how I put this makeup together, of course, I always link my makeup as well in the description. So let's get into this tag. Like I said, I watched Angelica do this. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. And then I went and watched the original creator, which is Glitter Fallout, which she is amazing as well. And I was like, you know what? I really like this. I find this super interesting. I love the questions. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I'm gonna get into this tag because I love filming tag videos for some reason. I don't know, any reason to just sit down and talk about makeup, I'm all about, where I don't have to think about putting a makeup look together or swatches or do all these things. I can just have a more casual, chill kind of video and talk with you guys. I will make sure to link the questions below, as well as Angelica's video, as well as Glitter Fallout's video, so you guys can see more. And in case you want to do this tag yourself, if you do, please tag me in it. I would love to see it. So the first question is, what first made you interested in makeup? And that was watching my mom do her makeup. She did her makeup every day. I don't think there was a day my mom walked out of the house without some kind of makeup, whether it was just lipstick or if she did the full deal. My mom was more of a neutral lover, but she would wear very dramatic lipsticks like reds and bold berry shades, and I used to just sit there and watch her do her makeup, and I was just so fascinated and found it so intriguing. So I would go in her makeup bag all the time, play around with makeup, and my mom was totally cool with me playing with her makeup. And then she would buy me my own play makeup, you know, the ones you get for kids in the toy section. Then I had a little vanity. I had the whole thing and I was just so into it. So she is really what got me interested in makeup. And then the next question is, what was the first makeup you ever remembered applying? And it would definitely be lipstick and lip balms. I used to have lip smackers. I don't know if those still exist. I'm sure they do, but I had all the different scents and the different tinted ones and the glitter ones, and I felt like I was so fancy. I would walk around with my little thing of lip smackers and just stare at them all day. So I used to do that. Of course, I would put on my mom's lipstick all the time, and that's what I remember most of all putting on my lips. And then I would say the second thing is mascara, because when I first started getting into makeup, I didn't really do eyeshadow or all that, or even foundation, but I for sure always had some kind of lip gloss and mascara on. So the third question is, who was the first makeup YouTuber you remember watching? So when I first started watching YouTube, I really used it for music videos. That was the main reason I ever went onto YouTube. And I started going on Instagram, I made an account and stuff, and I started really getting into fashion and you know, doing outfits and stuff. And I was following a lot of other people that did fashion, and then that eventually led me to their YouTube channels. And that's when I realized there was so much more on YouTube than just music videos. And the girl I remember watching at the time, her channel was called Learning to Be Fearless, and her channel now is Alexandra Rodriguez, so she changed it to her name. But she would do fashion hauls and clothing stuff, but then she would also do makeup content, makeup tutorials, makeup hauls. And I got so intrigued by the makeup products she was using. She had oily skin like me, and she really started teaching me about primer and powder. I never used those things. I had no idea. I think I had a tinted moisturizer and that was it. I didn't have setting powder, nothing. I didn't have bronzer. I think maybe I had some blush. So she got me really into makeup. So I started like looking up these brands she was talking about. I started going into Sephora, and that's when I started experimenting with makeup. So she's definitely the first person that got me into the makeup world, let's say, like the whole shopping, beauty, and everything. So the next question is, who was your first true makeup muse? Who is / are your current makeup muses? And I would say my original makeup muses, I have more than one, was Kathleen Lights. She was one person that really got me into makeup, and I used to watch her like makeup tutorials. I would mimic them because when I first started getting into makeup, I was definitely into like nudes and glams. It was like later on that I started venturing into colorful makeup. I would also say Tati. At the time, I think she was called Glam Life Guru. She was another person that really inspired me. I would follow her makeup. She was the one who actually got me more into luxury makeup and like trying like other brands than just like drugstore and like mid-range, as well as Andrea Mattiliano. She is so good for like reviews, like close-up swatches. She does such good filming. Like her editing skill is on point, and she had a little bit more color in her looks. Like she did a lot of colorful monochromatic looks, and I feel like maybe she was where I started getting into the idea of wearing more color on my eyes. So those were the 3 original YouTubers that I watch, and I still watch all their content and I still love them. But I would say who I like follow the most now when it comes to like makeup style and makeup looks would be Angelica Nikovic, of course. She is an amazing YouTuber. She has just a knack for color combinations. She tries different things. She doesn't like stick to the rules, you know, she'll just switch it up, see what happens, and just go with it. And I love that about her. She's always about like makeup being fun and not being like strict rules and you have to do it a certain way. Plus, she makes the most coolest, colorful looks. I love all that she does, her content. So she really inspires my makeup aesthetic now, as well as Annette's Makeup Corner. She is another one that just has a knack for color combinations. She's so open with experimenting with her makeup, trying different styles, doing different liners, doing gems and all that. And she's probably the one who got me into doing all these gems and trying more graphic liner looks. I love how adventurous she is with her makeup. So she also inspires a lot of my looks. Like I'll watch it and be like, okay, I'm gonna try that later on with like a palette if I have like that color combination. So both of them really get my creative juices flowing and make me want to try all types of different like makeup styles. Then the next question is, what was your first high-end makeup product you bought? And it's right here. I still have it. It is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. This was when I was like getting into the idea of having fancy luxury makeup. So I probably got this from Tati Beauty. Like I said, she got me into the high-end makeup. So this was like my first purchase. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I want some high-end makeup. I like purples. I start really liking cool tones, and I felt like purple really complemented my eye color. So this is the first one, and this is the one I just can't seem to let go because I don't even use it that much now, but I have like a attachment to it because of that memory of getting into luxury makeup. So this was my first product, and I still have it. Then the next question was, what was the first makeup purchase you waited for and bought the second it was released? And I'm pretty sure it was a ABH palette because ABH was so big and everybody would wait for their purchases. They were like a super hyped up brand at the time when I was like so excited and starting to get into makeup. And it was for sure the Prism palette, which I remember thinking, wow, this is such a innovative color story. It's so different from anything I have, and I want to get into color, and I know that this is like a really good brand because everyone hyped it up. So I waited for that to release, and I bought it on release, and I like was in heaven when I first got it. It was like the most unique palette I had ever had in my collection. And I was like, this is so amazing. I don't have it now because it, you know, got old and stuff and I had to let it go. But I did actually use that a lot. And I realized after the fact that not a lot of people really love that palette. But I guess because I didn't have a lot of expectation or a lot of knowledge when it came to makeup. So I thought it was the bee's knees, okay? Do we even say that anymore? But that for sure I think was the first thing I waited on for the release date to happen. Then the next question was, what was the first time you had your makeup done by someone else? Did you like it? And my mom was my first makeup artist, okay? She used to always do my makeup for dances, for Halloween, because I was like Cleopatra one year, I was Jasmine one year, I was a fairy several years, so she would always do my makeup, and I thought she did the best makeup ever. Like, I thought it was so grown up, so like pretty and glam. Like, I loved when she did my makeup. And then I've also had makeup done by close friends of mine in college. Like, there was one friend of mine that everyone would go to have their makeup done because she was so good at it. I think she still does people's makeup, and I loved it. I've had my makeup done for like fashion shows, when I did some modeling, when I've been in like weddings, and I've always loved my makeup. I'm pretty flexible. I'm not that hard to please. Like, I'm okay with the neutral glam, and I'm okay with a lot of color. I'm okay with the smoky look. I'm okay with the natural makeup. So I've been pretty pleased with all the makeup that I've done. Now, maybe if I went back and looked at those makeup looks, I might think differently now based on my makeup aesthetic, but from when I remember getting my makeup done, I did like it. So I guess I've been very, very lucky in that sense. Then the next question is, what's the makeup product you own that you should be the first one thrown out in a declutter, but you can't do it? This right here that I already talked about, the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I don't use this at all. I don't know when's the last time I touched it. And honestly, it's my least favorite, or one of my least favorite palettes from Natasha Denona. It just wasn't purple enough, I guess. A lot of the metallics are very satin. The mattes are nice. I enjoyed those, but I have not touched this in a long time. And honestly, I should let it go, because why are you keeping makeup that you don't use? But it's that like attachment to it being my first memory of getting into luxury makeup and having the money to buy luxury makeup. And the very last question is, what is the first thing someone should know about makeup? And that would be that makeup is not that serious. There should be no set rules. And I know a lot of people get caught up, like, you have to do makeup this way for your face shape, for your eye color. And I don't think that's what makeup is supposed to be about. I think it's supposed to be fun and whatever you want it to be, whether it is to feel more confident, to face the day, to, you know, feel creative, to have an outlet or a space to just do your own thing. I think that makeup should be what you want it to be, and the whole rules that people put in place, I don't get. Because I'm going to do makeup for me and what I like, and not based on what you like. And sometimes people are like in the comments like, oh, you shouldn't do it that way. You should do it this way. That doesn't match your face shape. Who cares? Makeup is fun to me. It's a creative outlet. I'm not doing it because I think it's going to make me look more beautiful or appease people in a certain way. I do it because I just think it's fun. I like using color, and this is the only place that I have a creative outlet for, because everything else in my life is way more like, you know, analytical and numbers and all that. So that's what I want to remind you all. Don't feel like you have to follow a rule or do makeup a certain way because someone says you should. Do makeup how you want to do it, because makeup is what you want it to be, and there are no rules to this, okay? Makeup, like I said, it's not that serious. Anyways, guys, that was all my answers and all of the questions. I really enjoyed doing this tag. I felt like it was a chance to share more with you guys, and I really enjoyed watching everyone else do this tag because it's so intriguing to hear people's response and hear people's viewpoints. Like, everyone had, you know, their own way of answering the question, and I feel like it really tells you a lot about the person. But you guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How would you answer these questions, or if you're gonna do a tag video like this, please tag me in it. I would love to see it. Also, if you are new here and you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will link all the questions. I will link Angelica's video, Glitter Fallout's video, as well as any of the YouTubers that I mentioned if you want to check them out. I will also have my makeup linked in case you're curious on what is on my face. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms linked, so if you want to check out my Instagram, I'm there as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty, and I would really love if you join my Instagram fam. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and I just hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.